Hi, welcome to Growing Homemakers. My name is Sarah. This is my little helper in the kitchen here today. This is my big helper in the kitchen. So for the Pantry Challenge, I think one of our goals is going to be my goal. It may one week be somebody else, but I think for me, my goal is to once a week make one of the things that we use and try and make it from scratch instead of buying it. So I still have a lot of spaghetti noodles, like actual spaghetti noodles, but we don't have lasagna noodles. So you'll see that in week 2, I think it was Pantry Challenge, which we're actually still in the middle of, we made lasagna with homemade noodles. Now I am going to show you the pasta recipe from start to finish. And instead of lasagna tonight, we're doing ravioli with our leftover fillings. But I want to show you us making the pasta from scratch. Maybe one week I'll do crackers and try and do those because little man goes through tons of crackers. So one week I might do crackers. Or I might do like granola bars instead of buying those from the store, things like that. So here we go. We're going to get started with pasta. Now, this is not the same recipe that we did for the lasagna. This recipe is the recipe from the pasta machine, and all they do is for every 100 grams of flour, it's 1 egg. So I'm going to start measuring out flour, see how much it looks like, and then kind of stop when I think it looks like enough. Because the previous recipe I did, I think it was 2 cups of flour, 3 eggs, and a teaspoon and a half of olive oil. I will share that recipe in the Pantry Challenge Week 2 video where I show the lasagna. This is probably going to end up being a separate, This is probably going to end up being a separate video for Week 2 Pantry Challenge. Yes. So I actually prefer to measure on my scale with glass on this type of a scale so I can actually see the numbers. Problem is, depending on how much mass you're using, sorry, I'll come down. Problem is, depending on how much you're going to put weight-wise, the bowl already adds to the maximum weight of the scale. I think this is a 10 or 15 pound scale, probably like 10 or 11 pounds. So I have to keep that in mind. My filling, my pasta dough in this instance, cannot be heavier than that. The bowl plus my pasta, otherwise the scale won't work. So I have to keep that in mind. But the glass bowl will allow me to see easier. You're gonna help, Bubba? Here, let's put those away. What you're gonna do for me, sir? Oh yeah. Yep. You're gonna take the scoop. Yep. Very gently. Yep. And you're gonna pour some in there. Yep. Just like that. We're moving on to eggs, Bubba. You don't need those. Here. Stop yourself. All right. So for every 100 grams of flour, you need 1 egg. So that means we need 4 eggs. Hold on. Watch. Hold it. And then like this. You open it. These are farm fresh eggs we get from our neighbor. We don't have enough chickens on the property to produce for both houses.
Yeah, we only get 1 to 2 eggs a day.
And so yeah, we do get eggs from the neighbor. Oh, that's open. Hold on. So you're supposed to make a well in your pasta or in your flour. I should have done 1 at a time, but those 2 look good. Yep. Mama, open. Oh. Hold on. Oh, wait. You're getting ahead of the game. There's something in here. I don't know what most people do. I do not like. Some farm fresh eggs have, I don't know if I can even show it to you without spilling it out, that little bloody spot. I don't like those. It's just a me thing. Oh.
Careful, Bubba. You don't want to drop it.
Wait. And you want your pants again. There we go. Okay, hold on. So that's 3. Nope, put that back. Nope, that. Well done. This is it. Crack it. Nope, crack it. Book. You gotta crack it. Bubba, look. Pink. Go on. Oh. Yeah, is there dirty on there? You gonna crack it? Hold on. No, don't squeeze it for dear life. Hold it. And then go. And then look. Put a crack in it. And then we open it.
Rosie?
Alright. So 4 eggs. Hold on, Bubba. We gotta go get the salt. Wait. Whoa. Not yet. I'm gonna wash your hands. Stop yourself. It didn't say to do this in the pasta, but a lot of recipes I see add salt. So I'm just gonna add a 1/4 teaspoon of salt to it as well. So,
Where are we going?
as it stands, it's 400 grams of flour, 4 eggs, 1/4 teaspoon of salt. I'm going to whisk the eggs in the center. I made a little well, they call it. I'm just going to whisk up these eggs. And as they're whisked up, I am slowly pulling flour from along the edge of my flour bowl, still trying to keep that bowl or well. And I'm just going to keep on doing this.
You should have kept your suspenders on.
I can go grab them after I finish this. Sorry, there's
It's pretzel time.
pretzel eating in the background.
Bubba found Papa's pretzels, which have become Bubba's pretzels. What are you doing there, boy? What kind are these?
They're just the,
Dragon fruit.
yeah. Alright. So as it gets stiffer, you're going to, as I understand
take
it,
one.
just keep working it. There we go. Now, Mom and I used to make raviolis. We did it a handful of times back in the day, years ago. So we haven't in quite a long time. So I'm going to consider this really kind of learning how to make pasta dough again. But I think when homesteading, you know, a lot of people want to do things more from scratch. And part of the pantry challenge is cleaning out your pantry. But I think it's also teaching yourself how to do things so you don't have to buy those store-bought items if you don't want to. I want to try making sourdough crackers. I have not found a recipe, and I think Dave wasn't thrilled with some of our sourdough crackers that we made in the past. Mom didn't mind one of them. I might try those again during the pantry challenge and see if we can find something. And one week it might be something as simple as making my own. Everybody does everything bagel topping. And instead of buying it, maybe I'll make my own and then I can sprinkle that on crackers. Or if I do homemade bagels or something along those lines.
Chicken bagels.
So I'm just going to keep working it, and actually, let me wipe off the table, and then I'm going to dump this out on the counter. See if I screwed it up already. and make sure that the recipe didn't call for any water or anything. Oh, there they are on the bottom. Nope, on the back. A lot of what I read about pasta dough is it has to be kneaded for quite a while to come together.
Yeah, this. Add water or flour to the dough mixture when deemed necessary.
But so it was just flour and egg though, right?
And this particular recipe is 500 to 5.
Yeah, but I think that was going to be too much.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm gonna, it says the recipe said to add water or flour when deemed necessary. I'm probably gonna deem it necessary. But all I'm gonna do is get my hands, we'll see how this works. This is learning. You're coming along with me for the first time. Well, pretty much the first time. I'll just get my hands a little damp. I don't want everything sticking to me. Yeah.
So how do you know that the texture is right?
I don't.
Because you're just guessing.
Yeah, because I'm not a that maker.
Right. That would be me too. You just have to figure out what you like, right?
I mean, it should not look like this. It should be smooth. I mean, Dave could Google what fresh pasta dough should look like, but it should be pliable. We have to be able to roll it without it tearing. We have to be able to work it. And I want to be careful adding water because I don't want to then have to turn around and add flour. I'm sure you can do this in a hand with a, is that pasta or is that? I'm sure you can do this with a hand mixer somehow. I don't know if a dough attachment would work. But we're just doing it the good old-fashioned carpal tunnel way. Yeah, and so I have the urge to add more water to it, but it feels a wee bit sticky, so I'm avoiding it until I might have to get the man over here to knead a little bit.
The man's having some pretty serious back problems right now, so. Hey, you want to go get your ladder, Bubba, so you can turn that
But you definitely don't
Go
want
get
it
your
doing
ladder.
this.
Ready? Oh, you want your pretzel? Yeah, go get your ladder. Oh, you want your other pretzel? You want your water? You want everything? What's Randy working at, Bubba? Where does Shiva go? Shiva?
Yeah. Oh, careful. Careful. Yeah.
Right.
I don't know why I have a donut or a bagel.
A really big bagel.
It's very tough. I think we're going to pause. I'm going to let this sit a minute. Maybe do some Google research and see what I can find out. Okay, so I let it rest for just a couple minutes and Googled. Everything I see says your pasta dough should be tacky but not sticky. You need to make sure your flour has enough protein. It actually suggested using a bread flour if you're having problems, and that is what we always use. That's pretty much all we have in the house. And yeah, make sure your water ratio is right, and kneading, lots and lots of kneading. So it is definitely come together more. I'm going to have the papa do it for just a minute, and then I'm just going to let it rest for the 20 to 30 minutes before we roll it out. I would guess I probably ended up adding just under a tablespoon of water to this. So if I made it next time, I'm going to put the eggs in the pan or in the flour well, I would probably just throw in like 2 teaspoons of water. And then if I needed to add more water as I went, I would just wet my hands as I'm kneading it. Oh, look what I did. But I'm going to let the dad do this for a minute, and then
Do that while you go over to your house and get onion.
And then we'll rest it. And I think it's going to come together okay, even though I'm getting another bagel donut hole. Alright, so it was man muscles. So all we have is press and seal right now. And I don't like the idea of whatever the glue is on the press and seal touching my food directly like that. So I'm probably just going to wrap this in parchment. And then we're going to let it sit for about 30 minutes. We'll finish preparing the fillings, get the pasta machine set up, and then we will be back to roll out the pasta. Okay, so we are ready to make the pasta dough, or the raviolis. We're ready to roll out the pasta dough and make the raviolis. Mom just got home from work, so she's going to be changing her clothes and doing that. Dave is going to help me fill or roll. We're going to figure this out as we go, and hopefully we have some success. Do we have a pot of water on the stove? We're going to get a pot of water on the stove, so that's ready to go. Because I think we're going to make the raviolis fresh, so like we'll just put X amount in the pot of water for Mom, and then she can start eating. I just put a little bit of flour on top of my pasta machine. And you're supposed to start at number 1. Here is the pasta dough. It did start to form up. Yeah. So what we're going to do is start on 1 and keep rolling. And if the sheets, we're going to try and make them uniform size. And then the extra stuff we'll cut off, and then we'll just re-roll. So. And since the dough is a little stiff, I do have a damp paper towel around
It's rolling out good.
just to keep them from... So if you're on 1 still, right? You've moved to 2?
I'm actually up on...
Did you go to 2?
Yeah, I went to 2 and now I'm at
Oh, okay.
3.
Hey, Jack. Can Mama have that? Thank
He
you.
was helping.
Toddler toys. And then we're going to stick our pasta ravioli together with a pastry brush and water. You want a haired pastry brush, not one of those silicone ones. I don't like the silicone ones anyways. I feel like even if you're going to do like barbecue sauce and stuff, you just do one of these and you have it dedicated for that. I am all for these type of brushes. So, okay, here we go.
And then what do you do? Crimp the edges with a fork? Once you put the water on, do you crimp the edges with a fork too? Like, you know how you see it in the store? Or
I don't know.
Where they're square and they got like the little crimpy edges?
I wasn't going to, but I suppose we could take a fork. You're the one who... We'll cut this out, but you're the one who is married to an Italian lady.
They twisted theirs.
Oh, we're not twisting.
Yeah, I want to do like regular, like ravioli the way you see ravioli in a ravioli can.
So we're going to try and make it so you can see everything. Now, I just have the 1 sheet. It's about yay size. There's my hand. I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to plop some dollops down and fold them over, and we'll see how that goes.
Okay, you got to go. Ready, Bubba? Hold on.
Oh, my hole might be too big.
Well, that looks good. Okay, you ready? Crank it.
So all I did, they're not going to be well-shaped raviolis. And then I'm just going to take...
Where did Nana go, Bubba?
No.
You know, go see where Nana went?
And
Make sure she's
I'm
not
just
getting
going
in
to try and put a little bit of water around here and the edges. We'll probably do these 3 tester ones first. There's 3 of us and a little guy. And then we'll see how this
trouble. You
goes.
see what's going on with the little guy?
See how, oh, he's just... And then... And you, as I understand it, you got to be careful. You don't want there to be air. To move that one over a little bit so that we have some. You don't want there to be air in them. I don't think there's going to be. So I'm pushing down.
Yeah, that's the big thing is you definitely don't want any air in them.
So I'm kind of pushing, filling.
Are you going to see what Nana's doing? Oh, there you go.
Remember, this is pretty much, like I said, Mom and I had made raviolis in the past a couple times. Back in the day.
Chocolate ravioli, which was not really that good.
But this is like our first time in a long time. Yeah, I don't think we like those.
No, they were not.
So hopefully, although I seem to feel a little bit of air, but we'll see.
Shiva.
I'm just.
I even bought crimpers, but I don't know where they are.
I think we just crimp them down with a fork.
You can get them, I don't know if they cut also. They make them pretty.
I'm just taking a fork. Oh, we got a nice.
Yeah, you're gonna have to cut edges off, Sarah.
We had cleaned the pasta maker, and we've used it once, but we're getting little black spots.
Off the edge.
So we're gonna
Did you get a brush with it?
take those out.
A brush?
No.
Or do we, I have toothbrushes in the thing you can.
We just followed the directions.
Yeah, we did a tester. We took a little pasta dough and rolled it out along the edges.
Yeah.
So I think we'll stick with these 3. Dave will cook them. They should only take a minute or 2.
Yeah, they're not gonna take long to cook at all.
And then while he does that,
Why did you do that, Bubba?
I'm gonna fill
You get to take them off.
the next batch. So I mean, they're obviously not all shaped the same. We'll work on that. If we like what we're doing, we might get to the point where like we're actually cutting off the rounded edge like professionals would and like making them all. I have one side that just butts up to filling. I don't have the ravioli on that. We'll see. Maybe we'll roll out a second piece here and then I'll lay those over it. But all right. So there's that for now. That's okay. I'm going to cut these to the same shape. And like I said, we're going to just re-roll
I'm gonna add a little sugar to this pasta sauce.
that pasta. I don't know if it's like biscuits or things like that where you can get it extra tough. I'm not sure that's a thing. Again, this is our first time and we're just learning. So we just wanted to show you us learning during the Pantry Challenge and trying to make something not store-bought that we don't have in-house. So here's my 2 sheets of ravioli. Do you think
As little as possible.
I can do 2 dollops?
I already picked that up. There's nothing else under there.
Yeah, I don't know why not. As long as you're watching the size of your dollops.
You're not even picking up the pieces that are here.
All right, let's see.
Oh, you threw it back under there.
We're gonna do meat this time. Let's see. And all these fillings are our fillings from the lasagna that we had left over. So this was Italian sausage. We had Italian sausage. I had some Parmesan left, so I just threw that in there, and we put 2 eggs in it to combine, like make it so it binds together. And then this was just the cheese filling. So if you watch the Pantry Challenge too, we talk about the filling in it. But all it is eggs, homemade, excuse me, eggs, homemade ricotta, homemade mozzarella, store-bought Parmesan, and then oregano, basil, parsley, some salt, and I think that's it. We added a little milk to thin it out. So, you just handed me a noodle.
Yeah.
So,
You're gonna get bit.
That was 1 minute.
I think,
Not quite done.
Okay, I will put the raviolis in for 2 minutes. Is that okay, sir?
or 3 because you have filling in there.
3 minutes?
Yeah.
Okay, let me try 3 minutes.
You're gonna get bit. Why don't you listen, boy?
Because he's 2.
Tell her drop it.
This filling is not sticking together as much as I would like. I don't know if we're gonna have enough noodle around them. Here we go. I'm just gonna put some water.
A little more sugar. It's hot though.
It's a little sour.
Hey, what are you doing in that drawer, Bubba?
All right, let's see if this works.
Look at your ravioli, sir. The ones that are in the thing. They're about to come out.
This isn't gonna work.
Hold on. 2.5 minutes.
Here's our 3 ravioli. They look okay.
Yep, I think.
So I actually rolled this out to make it a little bigger because I think I need more for it. We're gonna see. I may not be skilled enough to do this, but I'll never be skilled at it if I don't try and do it. So first I'm laying out that roll. There we go. I'm trying to make sure I have those down. And then I'm just gonna feel my filling and push down. Yeah, these might pop open.
Good girl.
We'll see. I'm not sure I'm getting all the air out of them. The 3 in the pot have not exploded, so that's reassuring.
They seem to have turned out really well.
Hold on, leave them there for a minute. Let me finish this, and then we can taste test. So I am just trying to make sure I have everything pushed down well. My edges are a little, I don't know if you can see this. That's a little close and tight there. Let's see. So I'm just trying to come along the filling. Hopefully you can kind of see what I'm doing there. And make sure it's just all filling in there and not...
They look fantastic.
See, that one's got an air pocket. You can see, I don't know if you guys can see it on the camera. There's a little big, right there. There is.
Which might be okay as long as it's sealed.
And I'm not going to be able to
Unseal it.
because I put the water down. So, here we go. Make sure that. They're not necessarily all uniformed in shape. I'm gonna try and get this. Oop, I'm sorry. I just elbowed my son in the face. We're gonna leave these stuck to the table, and then we're gonna try the ones that we did. So here,
Salt and pepper and Parmesan, that one we have.
very proud of
What I
it.
remember from the ones that Sarah and I did a long time ago is we had too much extra
Too much extra.
around the edge.
Yeah.
And that might be what happens when you, well, for one, when you don't know how to do them very well, and then, and when you don't have a hand thing to crimp them. I don't know.
Okay.
Here's the cheese filling. Baba? Da. Yeah. Definitely needs to be cooked longer.
Dough needs to be thinner too. That was 2.5. That was a little over 2.5 minutes in the water.
Yeah, I think the dough needs to be thinner.
So should we go a full 3 minutes on those?
Probably
Okay.
Yeah, we've been 3.5.
3.5.
We can do that as long as they're not exploding.
But they're
I like
good.
them though. They're good.
Yeah.
I had suggested us maybe trying and putting like a little bit of spinach in one of the fillings. We have a bag of frozen spinach. So that could be really good with like the cheese. You want more?
Yeah,
You don't,
I would
no,
like
you
that.
don't like them now? No, you use the fork, otherwise your fingers get dirty. There you go, you can feed yourself.
I added sugar to the sauce.
You have to put it in your
It's
mouth.
still
Bella.
sour. I don't know. It's weird. I don't think it's from the tomatoes.
You don't have to eat it.
It's good though. It's
No,
fine. I
no,
wouldn't do
Mama's
anything.
gotta
else.
grab the fork here.
You know what?
Maybe it
I'm
needs
not a
little
big
salt.
cheese. I'm not a big cheese ravioli guy. Because I'm a meat eater. I
Is
like
there-
that.
Is there?
Okay, so making ravioli, what I would do and what we learned. So first off, the recipe, we did 400 grams of flour with 4 eggs. And I would start with 2 teaspoons of water in there as well. It does need water. I know, Papa. The pasta machine I use that I got for Christmas is this one. And I believe they got it at Walmart. Oh, watch your hand, Bella. Yes. What I learned is that ravioli needs to on this machine, we preferred it rolled out to a 7. Pasta dough does get tough if you have to re-roll it. So if you're re-rolling it, you want it to go even thinner than that. I think we did an 8 for our last one, and that one seemed okay. Lots of in here. So a 7 is what we rolled it out to. That's what we liked. I would like to experiment with more fillings that are actually ravioli fillings versus lasagna layers. I think that would be a difference in them. Like I would have maybe like some spinach in our cheese ravioli. Yeah. Some spinach in our cheese ravioli, maybe even a sprinkle of nutmeg or something like that. Yeah, I mean, this is the most talkative you've been all night, Bubba. I also liked filling them where I put one sheet down, put the filling in, and then put another sheet on top of it. I feel like that gave me the most even formed ravioli. What else was there?
That's pretty much it.
I think the toughness was the biggest issue. It does get tough if you have to turn around and re-roll it again with your extra. So that's what we learned. So the recipe, and it took a good 20 minutes to knead by hand. I would hope that maybe even 30 minutes. It would probably take less if I would have added the water originally. Don't bite me. It's not nice.
But we were trying to follow the recipe.
Yeah. And I think that's it. It was a fun experience. We will definitely make ravioli again. I will post another video the next time we make it that shows the different fillings that we maybe experiment with, and hopefully that what I've learned from making that pasta dough. Hopefully what I learned from making that pasta dough will make it that much easier to make next time. Adding that liquid, making sure to let it rest 30 minutes before rolling it out. And it made a good amount of ravioli. So far, the 3 adults and the child have eaten. Oh, let me just look up. We probably have 12, maybe 16 ravioli left. Now, my husband hasn't eaten yet. So that amount of pasta dough for us was a good amount. It would have and have leftovers. We probably all ate a little more than we should have because we were trialing it out. What?
Because they were yummy.
They were yummy. I don't know that ravioli is worth it. If I got it more down pat, it'd probably be worth the time and effort and everything. But I feel like what I really want to try to do is make mass quantity or bulk ravioli. But Mama talking.
And freeze them.
Mama talking. Yeah, make a good quantity of them and turn around and freeze them so we have them. Like make an all-day process out of it. I know.
Are you still recording?
Yeah. Make an all-day process out of it. He's not letting me talk, though. Make an all-day process out of it and just make a couple hundred, freeze them, and then put them in storage bags and get them in the freezer. And they would be great with... They would be great with our... meat sauce that we can, our meat pasta sauce that we can this year for the first time. And that would be a super quick meal. Great to have in our toolbox, for lack of a better word, thinking of a better word right now, for a quick meal on a busy day. Sorry for all the ums. I'm having trouble thinking with the little man. Yeah. So, there was wetness there. So I hope you enjoyed watching the video and everything we learned. Please like, share, subscribe. Yeah. Please like, share, subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye.